You're listening to Confidence with Katie, a podcast created for ambitious, savvy women who are ready to embrace their inner badass. If you're ready to figure out exactly what you want and how to get there, I want you to jump on in and join me, public speaker, executive coach, fire starter, and your podcast host, Katie Langford. Hello, fabulous. I'm Katie, and I just want you to know how happy I am that you are here for Confidence with Katie, episode number 19, How to Push Through the Fear. Picture this. You want something so badly that you push yourself harder than you ever have. You give yourself permission to just go for it, and you're on your way there. You're working hard, you're taking risks, and that thing you want is suddenly around the corner. And then the fear sets in. I have to tell you that that's where I am right now. And I hate to admit this so freaking much, but even as I'm planning for this, typing this out, my palms are sweaty. Y'all, I'm scared. Not only am I scared, but I'm confused. Because the thing that I think I might be afraid of is the thing that I've been after all along. Success. I'm riding right beside you today through our episode because we are talking about how to push through the fear. And even though these are reminders I give to clients all the time, I'm admitting that today I'm giving them to myself. But before we dive into today's content, let's talk about someone who inspires me. This week's Badass of the Week is Madeleine Albright, former U.S. Secretary of State and all-around professor right now. Talk about someone who has probably had a lot of things to be afraid of throughout her groundbreaking career. I don't even know what it would like to be a diplomat, but I'm pretty sure I am not diplomatic enough. Y'all, I was so excited to get to hear her speak in Dallas just a couple of weeks ago. She was fantastic. And when she said this quote, I almost jumped out of my seat and screamed, hell yeah. She said, "It took me a while to find my voice, and I'm certainly not going to shut up now." Can I just get an amen? There is probably nothing I love more than listening to women who have absolutely embraced who they are and gone after their dreams. That is exactly what I hope to do, and it's what I hope to inspire you to do as well. With that, I won't keep away from today's topic any longer, so let's get back at it. Today, we're talking about how to push past the fear. And to set the scene a little, I want you to think about something, or maybe it's even a couple of somethings, that you're really afraid of. Because by the end of this episode, I'd like you to have at least one or two actions that you can take so that you stare that fear in the face and push it right on out of your way. If you're having a hard time coming up with something, lucky you. I have to admit, I'm really jealous. But we all get scared. And here are a few examples from my clients and friends. These are professional fears and personal fears. They cover everything from career to parenting to relationships to weight loss to going back to school. Anything that's happening in your life. Here are some examples. I'm scared figuring out how I'm going to make all of this work and balance being a mom, a wife, and a professional. I'm scared to raise my hand for a promotion. I'm scared to negotiate what I want. I'm scared to leave a job that I'm not fulfilled in, but I don't want to walk away because at least it's the devil that I know. I'm scared to let others down. I'm scared to fail. I'm scared to go after what I really, really want. I'm scared I'm not confident enough. I'm scared that I'm letting opportunities pass me by. Or my favorite scared, just plain old FOMO. Am I resonating with you? I thought so. I want to share my fear story with you, the thing that's making me feel scared today. I'll start here. This week, my number one shero, y'all know I brag about her all the time, Sarah Blakely, posted on her Instagram a picture of herself holding a coffee mug, which she does every Monday for Monday Mugshot, that said, "Be scared and do it anyway." Her caption of the picture was this: "When you are scared, you are breaking new bounds, growing, and ultimately gathering new life that will help others, or at least make you more interesting at a cocktail party." So go ahead and do the thing that scares you. Sarah says, I use it as a compass for how I'm living my life. I will notice if I haven't been scared for a few weeks and think, it's time to mix it up. Let it be your compass for growth, stepping outside your comfort zone, and overall living an exciting life. After all, this is not a dress rehearsal. Y'all, this hit me so hard, like smack right there where I can feel it. Because right now, I am feeling a lot of fear. So much that I decided to make a list of all of the things that are currently scaring me because I really just want to rip off the Band-Aid, get down to it. So here's the things that I'm a little scared or a lot scared about. I'm scared that the success that I want will be more than I can handle. I'm scared that one day someone will tell me that I'm not qualified for the work I do. Hello, old friend, imposter syndrome. I thought you went away years ago. I'm scared that I won't be able to scale my business as quickly as I would like to. I'm scared that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Y'all, I'm in this new podcast room right now, which I told you about. I'm so excited about it, but it is all set up different. And even that is making me a little nervous. I'm scared that what I'm creating, people won't like or need, even though you tell me otherwise. I'm scared that I'm supposed to be way more successful than I already am right now. And there's probably another 57 things to add to this list, but you get it. I'm in a place right now where I'm scared. A few days ago at lunch, I asked my husband if he has ever been scared of success. He kind of sat there for a minute and was quiet, and then he looked at me and said, no. He's not afraid of being successful. He's afraid of not being successful. He said that's what drives him. Ladies, I have big, bold ideas, and normally I am a full steam ahead kind of woman. But for some reason, I have been experiencing huge analysis paralysis. Have you ever had this? Where you have big, bold ideas, but you get so wrapped up in going over the idea and what could happen and what might happen and what you don't want to happen. And oh my goodness, what if it did happen? And then all of a sudden you are stuck, not moving at all. You have? Phew, I'm glad it's not just me. Change is hard. It really is. Even when we say we like change, our ego typically screams no. So, in order to prep for this podcast, I Googled change is hard. And there are some really great articles out there on things like Psychology Today and goodtherapy.org, but I didn't read them because frankly, they were way too long and talked about a lot of theory. Instead, what resonated far more with me was Sarah Blakely's Instagram caption, "When you are scared, you are breaking new bounds." I'll pause here to say that before I started my coaching business, I spent the first 13 years of my career climbing the nonprofit corporate ladder. I ended up in the C-suite. Remember, I've told you about my corner office, the one I used to cry in all the time. Sure, I was nervous back then, but I don't ever remember being scared. And now I am. Why is that? It's because I am finally going for it. I am pushing myself. I am taking big risks, and I am far outside my comfort zone. I have grown and learned more in the past 3 years than I did in the first 13 years of my career combined. And my dreams, y'all, they are bigger than ever before. And it's terrifying. But the fear reminds me that I am doing the right thing. After all, this isn't a dress rehearsal. So before I give you my 4 tips for how I push past this fear, I want to ask you something. First, are you thinking of that thing that you're afraid of? That thing that's making you feel stuck? Good. And second, if you aren't coming up with anything, is it because you're playing it too safe? Have you gotten too comfortable? Are you letting yourself dream big enough? You know, the fear shows up when we're challenging ourselves. And if you haven't seen it in a while, it might be time to go after something new, something big, something bold. And when the fear does show up, how do you keep it from paralyzing yourself? How do we keep going even when we're terrified, even when we're nervous, even when we're anxious? Well, I have 4 tips today pulled straight from my own life, and I'm going to share those with you. So let's get started. Number 1, admit it. Might sound crazy, right? But seriously, own up to it. Admit when you're scared and really try to uncover what you're scared about. When you can put a name on it, when you can put a face to it, when you can really uncover it, then you can move to number 2, which is break it down. Like, am I really scared about being successful? No, I'm not. I've been quote unquote successful in the past. I believe in what I'm doing. I am excited about the work I do. I love the people like you that I help. I have proof that what I do works. So it's not success that I'm scared of, but rather when I really admitted it and broke it down, I realized I'm having a hard time imagining who I'm going to need to be as I continue to learn and grow in this new part of myself. So seriously, when you break it down and break it apart, what are you really scared of? What's behind the thing that you say you're scared of? Do you know? Because when you know, you can shift your focus. And that's a huge part before we get to number 3. But once you know, then you have to commit to at least 2 action steps. Remember how I told you at the beginning of the episode that this is what I needed from you today? I talk about this all the time, but action is the difference between sitting here inspired, thinking you can and should do something, and actually getting where you want to go. So, what are 2 action steps that you can take, even when you're scared? What are 2 things? Just 2 things, 2 small things. They don't have to be grand and huge and mighty, but what are 2 things that are going to get you moving forward? You know, I've shared with you that my very favorite quote is Martin Luther King Jr. when he says, "Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the staircase." So because I'm not going to make you do this alone, I will tell you what mine are. These are actions that I committed to and I've already started working on. The first thing I did was I wrote out a list of every single thing that I need to do. I know some of you are saying, I always have a to-do list. Yes, but I wrote out the things even I don't want to do. And number 2, the next thing I did was I started on that list and I started with the things that made me the most nervous first. I ate the frog. And right now I'm working through my entire list, getting where I want to go. And what's funny is as I have admitted it, broke it down, committed to these actions, and actually started doing them, I'm a whole lot less scared. But this also leads me to tip number 4, give yourself grace. I stayed up a couple of nights ago beating myself up for being scared. Y'all, my podcast is called Confidence with Katie. I'm a coach to women to help them live their best personal and professional lives. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. But I was beating myself up so bad. I think I might have gotten 2, maybe 3 hours of sleep. And I finally said, stop it. I finally decided that I would move towards gratitude and grace for myself. So I started listing out all the things that I'm grateful for, including who I am and what I love about myself. I started replacing negative thoughts with positive ones about what I know and believe in myself. I've done this exercise with many clients, and I know that there are probably some of you who are sitting out there cringing, thinking you can't do it. But I promise you that you can. Give yourself grace. So once again, step 1, admit it. Step 2, break it down. Step 3, commit to 2 actions. And step 4, give yourself grace. I think the biggest lesson I'm trying to embrace right now is that fear is an indication that I'm growing. It means I'm in unknown territory, that I'm taking risks, and that I'm living boldly. So if you're afraid, you're not alone. You're dreaming big and you're on the right track. Stare that fear in the face and push it out of your way. Keep moving forward. I'll see you on the other side. As always, my goal is to inspire you to add value to your very important and unique life. If Confidence with Katie is giving you some of that inspiration, would you subscribe on iTunes or the listening app of your choice? It's how we're able to get the message out to other people just like you who need to hear it. Will you rate us? Will you leave us a comment? Share with a friend? That would be fantastic, and it would help us reach our goal to inspire, motivate, and impact the lives of women. Thanks for listening to Confidence with Katie. I hope this episode helped you feel more empowered to take control of your dream life and dream career. Go start igniting those fires and embrace your inner badass. Until next time, badasses.